Hello everybody, this is my Type T-34 review with Cricket 12. The Type T-34 is a Tier 5 Chinese medium tank. It costs 16,000 XP to research from the M5A1 Stuart, and it costs summary 430,000 credits. As you can see, the texture there goes from the M5A1 Stuart, and then after the Type T-34 we can split into two tanks, the medium tank of the Type 58, and you can go into a light tank of the 5916, and shortly we'll be doing reviews on them once I unlock them. As you can see, I haven't got much further than that. So a bit about the tank. We've got 450 HP, which is, I believe, the second highest of all the Tier 5 medium tanks that are non-premium. The only one that's got more is the M4 Sherman, which has got 460. We've got a 32 ton weight limit, which we don't actually reach once fully upgraded. As you can see, I've got everything mounted onto mine, and we're still 3 tons light of it. However, we do need to get the upgraded suspension to be able to fit everything onto it. Got engine-wise, we've got 500 horsepower, which in theory gives a 55 km/h speed limit. Which isn't actually strictly true, as the only time you'll really do this is if you're going downhill, so you will struggle to reach that. Traverse speed, again 42 degrees per second, which is pretty average. And if we just look at turret traverse speed, this is quite a good figure. It's got 48 degrees of turret traverse speed, so if you can use these together and reverse the tank or move the tank forwards at the same time, as well as turning your turret, then you can use that to your advantage. Now, one of the most important things that we look in a tank is armour. This is a very, very poorly armoured medium tank. As you can see, hull armour 45 at the front, 45 at the side, and only 40mm at the back. And our turret, we've got 52 at the front, 52 at the side, and 45 at the rear. So, anytime anyone's shooting at you, really, you need to try and get out of the way, especially if you get put into higher battles. Anything will penetrate straight through pretty much wherever they shoot you. So even trying to be hull down and things like that. And as you can see, it does have sloped armor, but again, because of the thinness, how thin it is, it really doesn't help. So I wouldn't rely on that at all, really. Try and stay hidden at all costs, and don't expose yourself to the enemy, especially from any side, really. Now, when you first get the tank, and obviously once you upgrade it, you get a choice of 2 guns, which isn't a great choice. You start off with a Tier 4 76mm gun. It's got just under 16 rounds a minute. Average damage with armor piercing is 110, and average penetration is 86. And the Tier 5 gun is 26 rounds a minute, 85 average damage, and 112 average penetration. Now, the reason why I'd want to use this gun over the Tier 4 gun, now I know some people, they like their damage more than penetration, but I'm the other way around. I'd rather know that the gun's going to penetrate the enemy's tank and maybe cause less damage, but also the fact that both guns, have the same aiming time at 2.3 seconds. However, the accuracy varies quite a lot. If we look at the 76mm gun, we can see that it has a accuracy at 100 meters of 0.46 compared to the Tier 5 gun, which is 0.34, so this is a dramatic improvement on how much more accurate we get when we get the upgraded gun. And for me, this is an important thing. I like my gun, when I'm pointing at the enemy, to actually hit the tank and not just going flying off into some parallel dimension that exists somewhere else outside of the game. Now, last couple of things about the tank is that our view range, once fully upgraded, we've got 350 meters and 525 meter signal range, so that's quite good. Now, obviously, on all my tanks I mount repair kits and medikits and fire extinguishers. Now, especially with having such thin armor, if they do shoot you in the right place, they are probably going to take out a crew member, so that's quite an important thing to have. And also got installed medium caliber tank gun rammer, which obviously decreases loading time. and already with a fast firing gun, maybe getting 1 or 2 more shots in a minute can be the difference between life and death. And I've also got vents mounted, 5% to all crew skills, again just to aid a little bit with loading times and things like that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you a couple of battles that I've had in the Type T-34, and hopefully show you ways of being able to play the tank well, and probably ways that you shouldn't play the tank. Obviously that's quite important. If you're driving around like a madman into all the heavies that the enemy have got, it's probably not the best thing to be doing. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, so the first battle that we're in is a standard battle on airfield, and I've teamed up with a clanmate, Anakin Vader, and he's in his S-35 CA. Now I'm just waiting to see how the battle progresses, but we're going to start to move off towards the left hand side of the map, towards the airstrip, to kind of give my teammate a bit of support, as he's decided that he wants to go over there, and there is actually no other tanks over there at the minute. Something a bit stupid that I decided to do, I drive off the cliff down onto the down to the bit below, and do actually take some damage, which could have proved quite significant a bit later on in the battle. You can see I lose 49 HP, which could have cost me how well I did in this battle, considering how little health I do have left at the end. So we've been going just over a minute and a half, and we've already lost 2 tanks. I think they were the 2 who rushed off straight down the middle of the map. So first tank that we come across is a T-49 tank destroyer, and I decided that he's doing my head in there, so I'm going to try and eliminate him from the game as quickly as possible. So we come up, and as we come along the side of the bank here, comes over, get a shot into him. It's about 100 damage we do there, because he doesn't quite have the gun depression to fire over there, so he does have to expose himself. Take a hit, but left track soaks it up. But we do take another hit there, which does some damage. We did get another one into him there as well. So decide, yeah, he's going to come round. Another shot into him, 80 damage, but he doesn't take one either, so we get away with that. We've reloaded, going up, take another hit from him, but we finish him off. Now I did notice there was a KV-1 there, so retreat from that and decide that the T-46 that's trying to flank us, and there we go, there's the KV-1. T-46 needs a bit more attention, but he gets killed, but keep running away from this KV-1 anyway, as with just over half health, I don't really want to be anywhere near it. And yes, I do crash into the rock, but I was just pointing out to my team clanmate that I wasn't going to be sitting around near it. Now I spot some enemy tanks sat over here, all exposed. Cruiser 4, 3 shots, finish him off, and decide that I need to move a bit further away from the KV-1. And Churchill comes down the hill. Couple of chances for a shot there maybe, but we don't take it. Now I decide that the T-40 and the VK up there require a bit more attention, so I was going to go over there, but I can't actually get over there, so we'll find somewhere else. Just turn back to the Churchill as he's still sat in the open, and we finish him off. So that's 3 kills. Now although it is reasonably accurate gun, you can see if we don't let it aim in all the way, we do miss. So we finish the T-40 off. We do take a hit from him as well, and you can see there again, don't let it aim, and we only just managed to hit it. So there we go, finish the VK 3001 H off, and that's 5 kills. Now I do take another hit there, but I presume it's from the T-28. I wasn't quite sure. And again, see, we don't aim. Nope, can't quite finish him off. He was just angled well enough for it to bounce off. And the KV-1 has just been finished off that was behind us. Panzer III came to the rescue of my clanmate, as I chickened out really and ran off. So you see I've only got 58 HP left, and we're winning 12-8, so we managed to turn it round. There's only 3 tanks, I think. There's a T1 Heavy, a Panzer IV, and a Su-85B. So we need one more kill for Top Gun. And I think again I run into this tank. Is it somewhere up here? I run into something else, I think. I think I was typing again. It's just saying I need one more kill for Top Gun. And Climate pleads for the enemy to leave one for me. So do I, but as you'll see, I did have a chance to get 6 kills, but I did kind of fluff it a little bit. Because I did only have a little bit of health and I wasn't confident of sitting in front of some tanks. So you can see the Panzer IV down here. His gun was aimed at me originally, but he's moved away. And then the Su-85B popped up. You can see there, didn't let it aim properly and it fell short. I probably should have just ran down and got the Panzer IV, but I did want to stay alive. So when I do go back for him, he's dead. So the last tank left, T1 Heavy. Again, didn't let it aim, and we missed. Hit him, 55 HP left. Bounced. Yes, we bounced off the rear end of a T1 Heavy, because he was slightly angled as well. So we do, unfortunately, only finish with 5 kills. We don't quite get a Top Gun. Now, we finished with 2,858 XP, I think. So we got 1,429 XP undoubled. And we got about 36,000 credits from that battle. So it was a good battle, that one. And we're going to move on to another one. Right, so the next video we're going to look at is on mines, and I've teamed up with Dizzy 12477. He's in his T1 Heavy. We'll just wind it on a little bit just so this battle kicks in. Now, I've noticed that they've got 3 KV1s on their team who are all in a platoon, so I'm going to keep an eye out for them and make sure that they're not causing, massive damage, because they're the players I'm probably going to fear the most. So we get a Panzer 1C spotted up early, get a couple of shots into him, and it's kind of the last to see of my platoon mate as Dizzy goes off around the left towards the cap, and I go to try and wipe out their scouts that they've got coming around this side, and hopefully probably put some flanking fire into any of the enemy that are trying to capture the base. So we've got 2 Panzer 1Cs over here and a T-34, and we've already got a Panzer 3A. So just moving back a little bit to get the shot over the ridge. And an M3 Lee appears. We bounce our first shot. Second one penetrates, but then he disappears, so fire a couple more on the off chance that he was still there. But we decided to give up on that. Panzer 1C tries to flank round the back of us, so at risk of taking a hit or two, I decide that he needs to be eradicated. And as you can see, he fails to penetrate, and the M3 Lee is respotted, but he's just been killed actually. So that's this side wiped out. As you can see, artillery's putting fire into where I was. That's the grill, and he's hiding in their base, as we'll see later on. So we're going to push up along with this T1 Heavy. Now he's going round the back through the number 2 base point, so I'm going to cut along the inside of this cliff face and try and perform, so he flanks around that side and I can come up this side, and one of us can provide a distraction if there's any tanks there, because as you can see there's a Stug that was spotted up here that hasn't really gone far from their base. And at the minute we're winning 7-5. So we're holding the numerical advantage at the minute. We haven't spotted any tanks yet coming up towards their base. But as we come around the corner, there's the Stug. Now he fires, but he bounces, and I managed to get one shot into him, but the second one bounces, and again artillery is firing at me. So we're now winning 9-5, but they've got 2 heavies up near the cap, and Dizzy's still alive. So me and the T1 Heavy carry on up this way. As you can see, M37's also has now been spotted, but we know that there's a grill over this way as well from where his fire was coming from. MAA1 has managed to flank round, but I'm not too interested in him at the minute. Try and finish off this Stug. And the Stug's just finished the T1 heavy off that was helping me out. Stug tracks me, but I managed to kill him. And I know that the grill was over here somewhere. Obviously still a bit concerned that he's alive. So he fires, and I'm down to 28 HP. And I'm bouncing off the grill and missing. Eventually get one shot into him. And again. And then we finish him off. So now I've got 3 kills and there's only the MAA1 left. And I know where he was. So we'll go back for him. Obviously I haven't got a lot of health left. And there he is. So fire, bounce. He fires and bounces off me. And I can fire quicker than him. And managed to finish him off with 4 kills. And from that battle I think I made just over 1,000 or just under 1,100 XP and made about £23,000 profit. So we'll move on to the next replay. So the final video we're going to look at is a assault battle on Karelia. Now for those who maybe haven't played World of Tanks before, obviously you've seen the standard battles where there's our team on one side and the enemy team on the other, and the idea is to either cap their base or destroy the enemy vehicles. Now an assault battle is where you have one team defending, like we are with our base, and the enemy team have to try and kill either all of us or cap our base. And the idea for us is basically to kill the enemy team. So the first tank that we come across in this battle is Covenanter, and we fire a few shots but we unfortunately miss. So we've got a couple of others scouted out now. We've got a T1 heavy and an SU-85. And you can see we've got quite a few tanks this side. Hopefully should be able to deal with the threat. Now, take a shot at the SU-85, but it was already dead. But we managed to hit the T1 heavy instead. And we fire a few more shots, but we bounce off the front of that. So as you can see, we've got a BDR G1B over here as well that our another type T-34's engaged with. Now all of us here are firing over the top of this rock to try and hit him, and friends have managed to hit it, and I've managed to finish him off once it's fully aimed in. You can see that the gun is accurate, but a couple of other shots that I've taken where I've not let it aim, we have managed to miss. So it is important still that we do aim the gun fully, and as you can imagine with the other gun, the Tier 4 gun, how inaccurate that would be. We'd probably be nowhere near hitting that BDR G1B. We wouldn't even take the shots on because it would be a waste of ammo. Now if we, as we move up here rather, we know there's a T1 heavy and an AT2. I decided to move down into this little sort of valley type area, whatever you want to call it, just to stay hidden from them really, as I don't want to be taking shots from them for no reason whatsoever, and move up just to try and scout them out. Maybe if they come over this little ridge, put some shots into them. As we do have quite a few tanks up into a D1 who will be able to put some covering fire into them. So there we go, 82's been scouted out. And we'll just fast forward this a little bit because not a lot really happens. 82 moves round, I move up, try and take a shot at his track, but in the process I do manage to take 2 hits. So that was kind of a bit stupid. Got away with it really. So we asked for a bit of help, and our BDR moves up to help us out. So we'll just fast forward a little bit until he moves up. So just trying to scout them out really. And again 82 comes back and he manages to miss me. I'm not sure whether he had a shot, but I decided enough's enough, and that's probably a stupid idea to sit there. Now I think that was the T1 heavy firing at me to come and help him, I think, because he was stuck a minute ago. But he did manage to get down there. But I wasn't impressed anyway, really. As I'm sure we've all had experiences with team killers and But we won't go into that too much today. So I decided to move up. I've got shots into the top of the AT2, but we're just bouncing off. As you see, the penetration marker's orange. I do take another hit there and decide that I'm not going to sit there, and I'm going to use the tank's speed that it's got to try and flank around the enemy. So we'll speed it up just to get around, because it's quite a long way around. And obviously the AT2 has been killed off, so the only tank left on this side that I'm aware of is the T1 Heavy. And our T1 Heavy is pushing up that side as well. So he'll probably get the kill before me, I'm thinking, at this point. But no, T1 Heavy moves back kindly for me. I don't let it aim, because I'm greedy and I want the kill, and we've managed to seal that one. So the only tanks I've got left is a Churchill 1 and an AT2, which are over in C6. And decide that I'm going to take a few long range shots to try and get another kill maybe. And there you can see Valentine AT with fire. We do manage to hit. And as we fire this one, he moves forward slightly, which I think we set him on fire. I'm not quite sure, but he did seem to lose some health, or maybe he got shot, a bit before my shell reached. So we managed to finish that battle with 3 kills, and I hope that this video sort of given you an insight into the Type T-34 and how to play it. And if you are going to get it, it is a tank that I do recommend, but you have got to play it, in the right manner. Otherwise, you can quite easily get killed because you've got no armor. And your health soon runs out, especially once you're into those higher tier battles. So good luck on the battlefield, and I hope to see you in future.